Hello students, today we continue to do lesson 9.1.2 area of circles. Let's look over the problem 925. Julia is looking at new circle, so the radius is equal to 10. So far this is what she has on her paper. Outside area, which means the area of the square, equal 4 times 10 squared, equal 4 times 10 times 10, which means 400 squared units. Area inside of the square, we have 2 times 10 squared, means take 2 times 10 times 10 equal 200 squared units. So she asked us, what is the area, estimate the area of the circle. So let's try it now. The area of the big square is 400 squared unit. The area of the little tiny squares is 200 squared unit. So this is what we have. The biggest square outside of the circle equal 400 squared units. The smallest square inside the circle, which is equal to 200 squared unit. So what is the area of the circle? It should be between 400 and 200 units, squared units. So it should be between those two numbers. So it should be 300 squared units. Okay. So the area of the circle should be between 400 squared unit and 200 squared units, which is 300 squared units. All right, number 926, they ask us to find out how can we find the formula for the circle, the area of the circle. So first, they want us to take a circle like this and cut it into 8 equal pieces. So cut them into 8 equal pieces and put them back together. The next, they want to cut the circles in more pieces. So we have 16 equally pieces, cut them and put them back together, looks similar to this. And the next one, they wanted us to cut even more pieces. So they wanted us to cut 32 pieces and put them back together, looks similar like this, okay? And now, if you use the CPM ebook online, you can go ahead and cut it into 200 pieces, okay? And you drag it to rearrange the circle. This is what it looked like, okay? So from here, we are going to find out what is the area of the circle. So did you see when the more we cut the circle into pieces, the more it forms like a rectangle. So what is the area of the rectangle? We take area of the rectangle is the same thing like base times height. Okay. So this is the base. This is the height. Base times height. So what is the height? The height and the radius is pretty much the same length. Okay. Right there. The height and the radius. This is our radius. Let me put it down right here so you can see it. From the center of the circle to the circle. Okay. So this is what we have right here. Okay. This is the height. Okay. Pretty much the same thing like the radius. Okay. All right. The base. So we have the height is the same thing like the radius. The base on the bottom. Okay. So again, how can we make the base? So remember, we had learned the circumference before. Circumference is the distance around the circle. So half of this circle, half of the circle is blue. So the distance around the blue is pi times radius. Half of the red distance right there. Okay, half of the circle, The rest distance right here is also pi times radius. So when you put it together, okay, the base is the same thing like pi times radius. So that's how we have the base is the same thing like pi times radius. Okay. So when we put them together, we have formula of the area is pi times, there are two radius, not radius times 2, but radius times radius. Radius times radius is the same thing like radius squared. Okay, there we go. All right, moving on. Question 927. Calculate the area of the circles with radii, plural of radius of 5 and 6 Greek units. Use the formula A equal radius squared times pi. All right, first circle, radius is 5. So 5 units area, pi times radius squared is the same thing like radius squared times pi. Pi, I use 3.14 for pi. Take 3.14 times radius is the same thing like pi times radius square. So I have radius equal 5. So 3.14 times 5 equal 78.5 squared units. All right. The next one, radius equals 6. So use the formula, they give it to you. A equal radius square times pi, the same thing like pi times radius square. Pi is 3.14 times radius because it's radius square. It's the same thing like when you take 3.14 times 6 because radius is 6. Answer approximately about 113.04 squared units. All right, 9-28. Using the formula A equal pi times radius square to find the area of the circle with a radius of 5. So if you have a circle, radius from the center to the circle, radius is 5 units. What is the area of this circle? You take pi is 3.14, okay? You take 3.14 times radius squared is the same thing like 3.14 times radius is 5. Radius is 5. So then take 5 times 3.14. You get the answer 78.5 units squared. So compare your answer, compare our answer with the problem we have found from the previous lesson, problem 9-22. We had 76 squared units on question 922. So they are pretty much very close to each other, right? All right, so homework tonight, problem 937 to 941. These are the answer. If you know, this is 937, okay? And 938 right there. 39, 40, 41. If you don't know the answer for any problem on the homework or the classwork or how I get those answers, please email me or see me in the Zoom meeting. We will go over them one more time. Again, thank you so much for your time and have a great day. Bye-bye.